So it's been about 3 weeks since I filmed the last video. Pretty sure the last one was the lowrider video. I think, no. Was it the lowrider video? I forgot what video it was. But anywho, it's been a while. I haven't filmed anything because of school. The weather's been kind of crappy and stuff like that. So today we are finally back, and we are filming another convention event type of video. Today's gonna be more of a, I think it's gonna be more nostalgia, classic car stuff. So it's gonna be pretty cool. Last night, I didn't really get to film much of it, but we were out with two 911s. One was a Mary Stewart replica car, very cool. The other one was a Toad Hall RSR inspired G-Body 911 as well. And so both of those cars are cool. Showed a couple pictures here. But yeah, that was last night. Unfortunately, I didn't get to film too much. It was more for photography and other stuff. So yeah, today's gonna be, I think it's gonna be filmable. I don't know how much stuff is gonna be there. Again, I don't know what to expect. So we'll see. Should we get this show on the road? So you walk in right off the bat, beautiful Ken Mary. Next to that, the Geno's Z. Next to that, another Ken Mary. And then over here is where things get interesting. Now, this is a Rkstrng, obviously, but this has L series number 1. And then next to it is L series number 2. This is nuts. The fact that there's two dual cam L20s here at the same spot, like just here, is nuts. And there's probably about like a dozen more around too. So we're on L22. And then we have a Reebok Group A rep car here. Pretty cool nonetheless. Center locks. This is interesting. Don't ask me what this is. I don't know what this is, but it's pink and it's 3 wheels and it's a pickup truck and it's got a Honda in the back, a motorcycle in the back. I like it. Got a quite interesting lineup of cars here. We got this mango? I think it's a mango. I don't know. Do you know? I don't know what this is. This is interesting. And we got a beautiful 86 stock, expensive as hell. And then we got this. I didn't know there was such a thing called a 200ZR, very nice. R30 Celica, it's very nice. And we got an AutoZam, easy one. These things have gull wings, and it's awesome. And look at this, we have a beautiful FD RX-7, that's for sale. And then this RX-3 over here is also for sale. Both of them beautiful cars. Still rotary. Flared, tiny wheels, perfect combo. Now I've seen my fair share of transportation vans in Japan, but this is like the first one where it's like flat. This thing is like, it has no angle. It's legitimately flat. I don't know what this is, but I love the 4 headlights. It looks very cool. Interior is very cool. I like it. This thing might be the cleanest chaser I have ever seen in my life. Beautiful green color. Not only is it beautiful, but it's been restored. So that somehow has turned into this. But not only is it beautiful, it's manual. And it's got all the carbon fiber pieces, trim pieces as well. Beautiful car. Beautiful restoration job done with this thing. Bam. Car shop friend brought a couple leopards. All beautiful examples. This blue one in particular is my favorite in the two-tone, along with the BBS's. It doesn't get more classier than that. Over here we have a Porsche shop called Old Boy. Restoration jobs. He's done a beautiful job in this long hood RS car 73. Beautiful job. I mean, this thing is good as it gets. It's all done factory spec, I believe. And then next to it is a G body that they have stripped completely apart. It's bare body at this point. Oh no, never mind. It's got gas tank, steering column, a couple other things, but this one is like, you know, an in progress type of thing they want to show. Very, very cool. Over here, we have two long hoods again. This one's a later one, and that one's a short wheelbase car. Don't know what year specifically, but sunroof, non-sunroof, both beautiful examples. Next to it is an E-Type. Don't know what Aston Martin that is, and a bunch of under-random cars. We'll get to the red pig over there. Now this is obviously a replica car, but it's done pretty damn well. Correct wheels, correct livery, lights, everything's there. It's awesome to see one of these replicas in person. You don't see too many people making replicas of them, so seeing one in this livery is just, I love it. Here is this beautiful Geno's Z, single overhead cam, and then this is gonna be our third L20 in this Rkstrng right here. Boom. Amazing sounding engines. And to change things up a little bit, we have this 993 GT2 spec. I don't know what the spec this is, but we've got the flares, and then next to it is a Speedster. These are cool to see. I always love the lower windshield and the look they have, so definitely can appreciate them. This thing is bonkers too. This is an FC obviously, but it's been swapped out for a 3-rotor turbo. So this thing is probably nuts. Now, this is an interesting car to me. This is a in the States, a G35 that they have put a new Z front end on. Don't know how I feel about that, to be honest, but I do know how I feel about this Laurel. Is this a Laurel? It is a Laurel, right? Yeah. These things are badass. I love these. Alright, is this gonna be L20 number 4? Indeed, that's L20 number 4, and it's another Rkstrng. Very nice. This Canmary has a very nice single overhead cam in it. This Ford Rkstrng also has a single cam, and then this two-door has another L series in it. Make that number 5, I think. 5 or 4, something like that. And then we have the Z2 that we've seen about a bajillion times at this point. So let's move on to something that's a little more interesting. This is an FD that has been completely restored by Mazda. It has been restored to a Spirit R spec, but has originated as an original base model FD. This one got the TUV certification for Germany, so pretty cool stuff. It's clean nonetheless. Got the original Mazda speed seats in it, and the engine bay is beautiful. And they have this car here, and then they have an FD that's also completely stripped off. Stripped apart, show you what a bare metal FD looks like. Cool to see both of these examples here in the same spot, and it's awesome to see that Mazda's still caring for these old cars that we all know and love today. And then here we have the iconic blue, white liveried Rkstrng. You guys all know and love this thing. It's famous for a lot of reasons, and a lot of inspirations from this car has spouted into other things, so icon to say the least. There we have L series number 7, I think. This is getting out of hand again. This one I wouldn't be surprised to have another one, but can't confirm this. We're not going to count that. But we can count this. This is number 8. A little different from the rest, but nevertheless, it's still a dual cam L series, so we're going to count it. This car might be the favorite for me personally out of this whole show. A white FC with the sunroof on gold wheels is just about perfect. And you got 2 other perfect examples here. You got a red FC as well as the white one again. This one's a little different, smaller wheels, but nonetheless, this one is still my favorite. we have Sakamoto-san here from Garage Active. Brought 2 cars. This car went to the US and is back. This one was at SEMA of 2022. This is the first car with an RB30 made by HKS, powered by gigantic Garrett. Painted in the midnight purple color, which is beautiful. Over here is another R33. If you guys saw in a Nismo festival video, he had a purple one. This is his gray one. So this is cool to see. This is at Nismo Festival. We saw their first Carbon R. This is the latest Carbon R. So cool to see both of them. We have a bunch of mini here's. This thing does not look like it wants to play around. That is bonkers. We got this one as well here too, very clean. We got the gray one over there with some very nice Recaro buckets in it as well. Over here, we got a very nice Starlet. Stock engine. These things, I love them. Hard to find clean ones, especially in Japan now, but clean to say nonetheless. Here we have Inata-san at Restored. Now, cool story about Restored, it's a personal story, but when my dad built his Celicas back 10 plus years ago, Inata-san came over, built a hood for his Celica. It was a ducktail, and went to JCCS with him. So cool, kind of full connection seeing him here. Absolutely beautiful Genos. He does a lot of things. Z's, Sunnies, Hakoskas, does a lot of cars. So anything old Japanese car, he's pretty much in the game for. So cool to see him out here. Beautiful cars. Alright, here is L series number, I believe, 9 in here. Star Road is also here again. And although they don't do dual overhead cams, they have some beautiful single overhead cam L series, such as the one in this blue car. This blue car has a perfect example of the L series. Chrome everywhere, attention to detail is nuts. And it just looks proper. Beautiful car. This is kind of a unique car. It's a yellow 300ZX. Pretty sure yellow is one of the, I think, if not the rarest color that came for 300ZX. And this one's like a perfect example of it. It even has down to the red badging. That vert is also a cool example. Has a little Nismo thing going on there, but yeah, beautiful cars to say nonetheless. Cusco brought out this, which I like it. I don't know what this is, but it's cool. I like it. And then Brid brought out a A80 Supra with, I don't know what kit this is, but very aggressive kit. Very neat looking to say it was. We got a couple Haboskas here too. Slammed one. Like literally on the ground. Pretty crazy looking. This one's got a single overhead cam in it. And then this one's also got a single overhead cam in it. But this one's all carbon, which is pretty cool. All carbon Hakosuka over here. We got all carbon R32 behind. Kind of cool how they place them behind each other. And then we already saw this car at Tokyo Auto Salon, but here it is again. There's the Celica rally car at the Tane booth. This is what they run in the Sunny cars at the JCCA event, but with the Tomei valve cover, this thing's gangster. Look how small it is. Like, this is my hand. It's about like half the size of this thing, but this thing spins to the moon and does not care. This is another car that caught my eye. This is an S14 Koki, just like my car, but they have thrown an L series engine into this thing. Best of both worlds, you could say, I guess. I'm kind of interested to see how this thing handles. So this is where the L series start adding up like crazy. We got Victory 50 here. If you guys remember, these guys brought all the Hakosukas to JCCA. So they got dual overhead cams, but these are OS Giken overhead cams. So the head is completely made by OS Giken, and it's a completely different kit, and it's not the stock ones. Needless to say, they still sound amazing. So we count this as 11. This one has a single, but we come over here, and lo and behold, next to them is OS Giken. And they have brought two cars with the head. So here's the first car. It's always geeking head. That's number 12. And actually only brought one car. But yeah, that's 12 L series so far. I don't think we're done yet. We might be, but I don't know. Now this is a cool concept. They took a 4A, not 4AG, but 4A, the Simo over to camp block. And I think they made their own head. That one's off a bike, I remember that. I don't know what this one's off of. This one also might have been off a bike, but it's cool to see the engineering going on for this type of stuff. Yeah, this one is due over to cam. I believe this one's due over to cam too, just smaller. But yeah, needless to say, both of them are very cool. Again, how can you hate this thing? Looks so good. Look at this Land Cruiser on steroids. Flared out, meaty wheels, lifted. Damn. We got another Hakosuka here, another Z, but these are pretty cool. These are both, when the States are LS 400s. No, this was not an LS 400, I'm stupid. This one's a Mercedes. This one's an LS 400. But this thing looks good. And then you guys might remember this RWB. This one was at the New Year's party. But they have brought out a couple cars. That one was at Tokyo Auto Salon. But then this 993 and then the 930 over here are new cars. This one seems like a stock body 993, very nice on some Advan GTs. Bigger wing in the back. And then this one is an RWB 930, or you know, G body. This one's turboed. I don't know if it's an original 930 to be honest with you. But what I love about this one is that it has the additional flares in the corner, which kind of accent into the rear wing, which looks very good in my opinion. This one's for sale, so if one of you guys somehow has a ridiculous amount of money and wants to buy an RWB, there's that. Here's another LS400. This one's got a kit on it. Looks pretty crazy to me. And then this Cedric is gangster as well. Big kit, big wheels, gangster. And then, as for every single car event, there are usual creeps taking pictures of the chick in front of the car. And then here, I think this is an all original 2000 GT, if I'm not wrong. Big money, beautiful car. Over here, I don't even know what to call these things. They're like originated inspirations from older silhouette cars, but they also kind of got their own Kaido Racer vibes to them as well. This rear end almost reminds me of a 935 in the fact that the car is hiding so much inside. This one's pretty cool as well. Again, I think the car's hiding inside, but it's pretty cool. Big flares, tiny wheels, usual Kaido Racer vibe. But yeah, these two are kind of crazy to see and cool to see as well. This one's got a Pennzoil livery going on. Very cool. And it's still got a 13B in it. This is another cool car. This is a short wheelbase, long hood 911. That is a police car. And this is a real police car was at one point. Or this is a 912. Sorry, 912. But it was a real police car. Cool to see. And that's a real ambulance, or it was. Cool emergency response vehicles, to say the least. This is a absolutely flared out Hakosuka. You can like, it's not even a Hakosuka anymore. And then you come inside, right? And this thing is now somehow left-hand drive. And it's got a gigantic e-brake. So drift car, big flares, crazy looking, nice. Here is L series number 13. It's another Hakosuka, very beautiful car. And we have L series number 14 here in this 4-door. But look at that. Interesting to see how some of them run Whippers, some of them run Mikunis. It's all, I guess, up to personal preference. And then we have a bare tub of a Hakosuka here. Yep. I mean, crazy to see how much work goes into making it seem bare metal, but nuts. We have this Speedster here as well. Crazy looking. With the top and everything, looks very cool. And then over here, we have a Slam DeLorean. Very Japan style series, but yeah, that's interesting. But yeah, this Speedster is cool. We have the Cedric here too. This thing is gangster. Lowered, got carbs on it. Look at that valve cover and oil cap. Super cool. And then it's got suicide doors in the rear. If that's not gangster enough, look at that. Gangster car. It's got a whole back setup. Beautiful back setup nonetheless. This thing is properly done and is gangster to say none the least. What the mural. Damn. And then we also have this beautiful SVX. This is the first car that Subaru made with the 6-cylinder, flat 6. And this is a beautiful example of it. This has what I like to call the window on the window, which is absolutely useless because you got the window and then the tiny window. Don't ask me why they did that. It's very 90s. Kind of cool, kind of not cool. And then over here, we have a beautiful S13 hatch. That is indeed a DET, so turbo car. Very clean, shark nose, stock wheels, interiors insanely clean. But yeah, this is nuts to see something this clean not being slammed into a wall. Nice.